Beach FM, locals talking to locals.
We've got the closure of a bowling club in the Paekakariki Raumati Community Board area, and it's Raumati South. And Philip Edwards here is busy at the moment finalising the accounts. Good morning, Philip.
Yeah, another one of my roles, Nigel, is chairman. Is treasurer of the Raumati South Bowling Club, a job which I don't know whether I do that well, but we get there in the finish, and we keep some money going. But we're going to this Friday vote on liquidation of the Raumati South Bowling Club. We have there 44 members. And the members are choosing to go to other clubs. So there's nothing wrong with our greens, things like that. It's just that people have got tired of doing all the work around the club. And so they're making a choice of closing and then joining other clubs where they can enjoy their last few years of playing bowls. One of the things that the closing of Raumati South is going to do, which is a major asset for the other clubs, is that we own our own land at Raumati South. It's in Glen Road. And so the land will be sold, and there have been discussions of, excuse me, the value of the land being anywhere between say $700,000 and well over $1 million. And what happens with the money is that if you choose to go to another club, you're a member of Raumati South, and I, for example, am coming back to play at Paekakariki, well, I take 1/44 of the remaining money down here to the club with me. And so therefore that's quite a large amount of money, and it certainly will help the clubs where the players are going to. The majority of players seem to be going to the Kapiti Club, which is in Raumati South. They're the shops at Raumati South by by the water park and that there. And then other clubs that players will be going to seem to be Paekakariki, Waikanae Beach, and Paraparaumu. And so in this, where at Paraparaumu and at Kapiti, they lease their land. We, as I say, own it, and so it means that the other clubs will certainly become far more financially stable and be able to maintain themselves easier.
So this is on the legal side. When you go into liquidation, you can do that sort of thing.
Yes.
It's not going to an individual. It's going to another club.
No, it doesn't come to me.
No.
Like when I come back to and play at Paekakariki,
yeah.
I bring my 1/44th share, and it goes to the bowling club here at Paekakariki.
Right. Well,
and so you can understand that if say 5 people come to Paekakariki and we all bring back, say, for example, 10,000, that's 50,000, which is quite a large amount of money to bring to a club.
Certainly
and
is.
It certainly helps keep them financial, and it means that they can do improvements on their green or to their clubhouse, etc., etc.
Well, some clubs will certainly be welcoming that, because you've got members going down to Waikanae Beach as well too, haven't you?
Yes, yeah. And with the majority of them seeming to be going to Kapiti, that means that the other green at Kapiti, which hasn't been used for 2 or 3 years, maybe they will be able to do something about that green, and whatever they do, be it another artificial green or a natural green, the money will be there for them to do that.
Right. So you've actually closed down as a competing club at the moment, so you'll finalise on Friday on this vote as to whether you go into liquidation. You can't see many options.
It's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's now just a formalised vote that will happen on Friday. We've had several discussions and meetings about it, and everybody sees it's a real shame, they can also see how we would struggle to keep going, being asset rich and cash poor.
All right, so the area itself, what do you think it might be developed into? Flats, houses, or...?
Well, who knows? It's a beautiful area there. It's, quite sheltered. Whether there's 8 townhouses, whatever could fit in there, and it should be quite a desirable little area.
Yeah, all right. Okay, so you won't know the value of it until it's sold.
No, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
And we've appointed a liquidator, and everything after Friday will be in his hands, and people who may be interested in buying greenkeeping equipment, all that stuff will be auctioned off. All the equipment at the bowling club would be auctioned off, and so, that all becomes part of liquidation. As I say, though, we maybe could have kept going for another short period of time because we do have, some financial reserves, but it's finding people to do all the work that's there and meeting all the costs as well.
Yeah, that's right. All right, well, I hope it's successful for you, and other clubs will benefit from it. No doubt there's a lot more younger players out there now, so it might be for the best when you think about it. A good, strong club with younger players in it will help.
Yeah, well, finding the younger players seems to be a real issue up the Kapiti Coast. With the demographic age that we have up here, it's really interesting when you go and play bowls in Wellington and you see that the Wellington rep team had about 4 players under the age of 25 in their top 7 players at the New Zealand Nationals, which they won. And you look at some of the stuff that's on TV, the PBC bowls, and really there's not a lot of older bowlers there.
No. All right, well, best of luck with that one, and it's in your, of course, Paekakariki Raumati Community Ward, so it's sad in some ways, but I see, it's obvious that it's got to happen if you haven't got the members there.
Well, it's happening throughout New Zealand, and it's better to maybe be ahead of the game than be forced into doing something at a later stage.
Right. Just a couple of Paekakariki things while you're there. The Camper State applications, have you advertised for those? Have you settled it, or what's the story?
No, they closed at the end of the month, last month, and they're at the moment at the council, and about 2 weeks before our next meeting on the 29th, these will arrive with us, and we'll then make decisions on how we're going to spend it. But there have been interests from several groups that have contacted me, and it'll be really good. It's lovely to give seeding money away to organisations, and especially the Camper State, where we're meant to give to the youth of Paekakariki.
Yeah, that's dead right. Now, you had that disastrous fire down there. That family was going to be resettled in Paekakariki. Have they got themselves in and settled down?
Yes, resettled in. You will have met Graham Carlson, who was our resident groundsman here in Paekakariki for 20 years. When he left, that was about the same time as the fire. And so council owned this house down here in Paekakariki, and there was able to be a quick transition over, and they're now living in the council-owned house here in Paekakariki, and they have a lease, I think, for 1 year, and then the council will look at what they're going to do to that house.
Yeah.
These people themselves have to make decisions. But it's great that we can be also help socially, and the coincidence of the house becoming available was great.
Yeah, it was indeed. And the changes at that service station, Ian service station, there was going to be some major changes there. Is that happening, or what's...
Well, the council have got down on their land purchase list the purchase of that land.
Oh, yes.
And the reason why would be a great area to purchase is after revocation has come when Transmission Gully is up and operating. It means that we will be a side road past Paekakariki and not the main road, and it means also that that land there could become available for the walking track, our walking track. It could also become available for parking at the railway station.
Oh, yes.
A lot of people at Raumati South now appear to be coming to Paekakariki early in the morning and trying to park at Paekakariki rather than go to Paraparaumu, where it's very difficult to find a park to get on the trains.
All right then, Philip, well,
So
thanks.
that land is a very valuable asset to Paekakariki, we see.
Yes, it is indeed. Thanks for your time this morning, Philip, and best of luck for Friday.
Yep. Thank you, Nigel, and enjoy the nice day again.
Will do. Philip Edwards, Chair of the Paraparaumu Raumati Community Board.
106.3 Beach FM.